Set your alarm, aren't you hungry?
Is that Tom Brady?
Conditioning, the process of training or accustoming a person or animal to behave in a certain way or to accept certain circumstances. Bruh, I'm gonna start by saying this, right? Everything has a good side and everything has a bad side. I use the word conditioning as the word that I'm gonna be talking about for this video. Good side, bad side, or one way of looking at things, another way of looking at things. A good example of conditioning would be back in high school. I used to run track and field. And I don't know why they called it this, but they had this thing called Hell Week. And basically what Hell Week was a week of very intense conditioning. Intense on your body and on your mind. Basically conditioning your body to be at its top peak physical form to be able to perform in high pressure conditions, high pressure situations. Conditioning your mind to be able to endure those high pressure situations when it's time to perform. That can be looked at as a good example of conditioning. Another way of looking at conditioning is basically to put an idea or present an idea in front of someone over and over again until eventually they're more accepting of it. Like for example, cartoons for the kids, bruh. Cartoons for the kids. Back in the 90s, bro, it was a cartoon called Hey Arnold. Love that cartoon, bruh. There's a teacher on there named Mr. Simmons. And as a kid, I had no idea that Mr. Simmons was supposed to be part of the LGB alphabet community, bruh. I had no idea, bro. But I seen this video on YouTube that pointed out the subtle conversation in the Thanksgiving episode that he was having with his mom.
I didn't know Peter was coming today.
There's a lot of things you don't know.
Dear, why don't you take Joy to the ballet Saturday?
Oh, I love the ballet. But I think I'm busy Saturday.
Also in the Jungle movie, where they showed this quick clip of him hugging another dude goodbye. I was like, Mr. Simmons, bro? I thought he was just a cool, positive teacher. My point is, and that's just a small example, because in the 90s you had Ren and Stimpy, you had a bunch of cartoons with suggestive things going on in them. My point is that those ideas were subtly placed in the cartoon as a form of conditioning to get the kids to accept something that as okay. And I want to say this, bro. I have no problems with the LGB community, bro. Whatever other letters it is, I have no problems with that community, bro. If that's who a person is, then be that, bro. Be that. I have no problems with that community. But I'm speaking on the word conditioning. And now, bro, cartoons are for kids, right? I'm in my 20s. I don't care how old I get. I'ma always like cartoons, bruh. But mainly they're for kids. And I can think of like some examples of cartoons that have conditioning in them, whether it's symbolism, whether it's the LGB community, you know, like Steven Universe. It's a great show. It's a great cartoon, great story, but there's a lot of LGB stuff going on. Gravity Falls. There's a lot of symbolism in that show, bro. A lot, bro. Pretty much anything, bro. Even if it's subtle, some is less subtle than others. Adventure Time. A lot of symbolism, a lot of LGB stuff. My point is, as far as conditioning As far as conditioning, bro, they place those ideas in the cartoons for the kids to absorb through their gate, and eventually over time they grow up and they have less of a problem accepting those ideas as right. And like I said, I have no problem with that community, but it's a difference between, because these shows have representation. That's my point too. Every new show, every new movie, every new cartoon, every new series always has an LGBT representation, and I have no problem with the representation. What I have a problem with is the over-representation. Like I said, why does every single new show or movie have to have that representation? Because at that point, it's not just them being represented. It's kind of forcing those ideas on people, on the kids. Everybody should feel included. Nobody should feel like, they're excluded. At the same time, nobody should feel pressured, and nobody should feel forced to accept something or to like something or to be a part of something. Let these kids have the choice to become that. Don't force it on the kids is what I'm saying. And I hope what I'm saying is not going over people's level of understanding. Like dig deeper in the surface into what I'm saying, bro, because not everybody understands the same way, but it's good to have people that have the ability to understand it. They don't understand the same way. But going back to conditioning, that's just one example of conditioning, is for people to put an image or an idea in front of you growing up and accepting that as right or as normal. And I'm gonna just leave that topic alone. Another example of conditioning, go back to the clip that I played at the beginning of the video, and you put in the comments what all those clips had in common, because they all had something in common. And like I said, conditioning is putting an idea in front of somebody over and over again until they accept it as normal. So artificial intelligence runs way deeper than a lot of people realize. More than people realize, bro. And examples of artificial intelligence would be Google, YouTube searches. Why can I type in 3 letters in Google and it finishes the rest of my sentence? Like, it knew what I wanted to type. Bro, the algorithms, all of it is based off of maybe my previous search history. It might have picked up a conversation or a search that I had previous. It's recommending me stuff based off of previous search history, based off of my interests. Siri, Alexa, artificial intelligence. The fact that I can physically talk to my phone, not talk to nobody on the phone, but the phone itself is amazing. It's dope, but it's artificial intelligence. You might not get the best response, but you get a damn near accurate one. Like I said, go back to conditioning. We are slowly accepting more ideas now than ever, bro. Especially artificial intelligence. Just think about if people had Siri back in the 90s. Do you think people would have accepted it the same way? You go on McDonald's. You go in any McDonald's, and they probably got this one from Wawa. You see less cashiers now. You really don't see cashiers like that, bro. You got the little kiosk. And you can just tap the screen and order what you want. And them niggas in the back will make your order, bruh. And who to say robots ain't in the back making it? But they be deep in McDonald's, so yeah, it's probably niggas in the back making it, bruh. But that's just an example of jobs being replaced by technology. Artificial intelligence, self-driving cars. If you got the money and you can afford it, you can get a car that drives itself. You don't have to even drive a car anymore. And pretty soon, that's going to be more accessible to the masses. Right now, it's more exclusive. But give it a good 20, 30 years from now, a lot more people going to have self-driving cars. All right, 808s in the music. 808s, bro. because basically it's a synthesized sound. It's a wave. It's a frequency. It's artificial because you're taking a real instrument or a real sound and you computerizing it. That's artificial intelligence. And I'm pretty sure there's plenty more examples of it that I haven't covered, or I could dive deeper into those examples. But I'm just throwing stuff out right now. You know, y'all let me know if y'all can think of some more, or if I'm wrong, correct me, shit. But like I said, conditioning. The reason I gave all of those examples is because you can slowly see the world being more conditioned for a certain way of interacting with technology that's been accepted way more now than it's ever been before. And like I said, everything has a good side, everything has a bad side. The concept itself isn't necessarily good or bad. It's just the people that use it that's good or bad, because these things are just tools. A lot of these rappers now is trash, dog. Like, a lot of this shit for real is here today, gone tomorrow. And I ain't even talking trash because I can rock with someone. Like, it ain't I just because I think it's trash don't mean I can't enjoy it, but it's still trash, bruh. Barely any substance. But when it comes to conditioning, my point with the music is a song can come on. First time you hear it, man, this song trash, but it's being played all over TikTok, the radio, social media, barbershop, the clubs. Riding in your car and you pull up next to somebody and they playing it, bro. Now you hearing the song so much, you hearing it over and over and over everywhere you go. You starting to like the song, or if you don't like it, you starting to accept it better than what you did before. You have been conditioned to accept this song, this idea, more than what you did before. Word for word, bar for bar. The rappers, these rappers, bro, these rappers are gatekeepers. Gate, gatekeepers to the next wave of rappers. I'm gonna give you an example. And I'm gonna say this: Lil Wayne has always been my favorite rapper. You love him, hate him, say he trash, whatever. I don't care, nigga. But if there was no Lil Wayne, there would be no Young Thug. If there was no Young Thug, there would be no Uzi, no Playboy Cardi, or no more of these little suspect ass rappers. And if there was no Uzi or no Cardi, it would be no Lil Nas X. But these gatekeepers have conditioned the rap game for the next big up and coming artists to be more accepted for these ideas that they're putting out there. If you don't give a kid or a person a chance to accept these ideas for themselves without putting it in front of them all the time, conditioning them all the time, then at that point it's forced. It's like a bully at school. You don't want to go to school because you know it's gonna be a bully there, and no matter what you do, this dude is gonna keep messing with you, bruh. You done fought this dude, you done stood up to this dude, you done did whatever, and he keep fucking with you, bruh. So it's like, damn, I don't even want to go to school no more. That's what the whole conditioning thing is. It's an attack. If they gonna keep conditioning these ideas into people without letting people being able to form their own opinions, whether they like it or not, then that's like bullying, bro. So it's conditioning. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because I done hit all my points. But for real, y'all let me know if I missed anything. Y'all let me know if I'm off, bro. Like, y'all let me know if I'm incorrect about something or I'm short-sighted about something. You feel me? Like I'm not afraid of criticism. Like, I like to be able to have meaningful conversations. I like to be able to think past the surface level when it comes to things because I'm still learning myself. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here. Y'all be safe. I'm out. Bruh, you recording?